Stephanie Flamini and the Guilford College Quakers at the top of the ODAC right now, and they look to go onward and upward as well this weekend with 2 road games against Bridgewater and Eastern Mennonite. A win against Randolph on Tuesday got the start of the conversation going with Coach Flamini. We also talk a little bit about some standouts on her team and much, much more. Guilford College, Stephanie Flamini, women's basketball talk here on the Sports Buffet Podcast.
Stephanie Flamini joins me on the Sports Buffet Podcast. She's the head coach of the Guilford women's basketball team. And, Coach, obviously some good things going for you guys. Let's talk about the most recent events. A win over Randolph on Tuesday. Any win in the ODAC is a good win, especially a road win. What went right for you guys?
Well, our bench came through for us a little bit. We had some people score points that usually don't get to do that for us. Amber Weaver had a good game, and she had been sick over break, so it was really a chance for her to kind of get back into things. And then Kayla Adams, she's been struggling a little bit this year. She played a lot last year for us, and just we need to get her back in her groove, and that was one of our goals for that game, and she did a pretty good job for us.
Obviously having a very successful year in the ODAC. When you lost that final game last year to Roanoke, what did you see out of that game that you thought might turn this team into a positive experience for 2011-2012?
Well, I felt the experience all those young kids got winning a first-round game in the ODAC tournament and being able to play in the semifinals against a team that was very strong. Just getting that experience, I felt, was going to be very go a long way for us coming into this year. Them getting to see what kind, the level of play that you have to be at to be able to be successful in the conference and in the tournament. So I felt that was one big thing that was positive and that we got out of it. And then obviously, we only lost one person, so we knew we had a lot of talent coming back. It's just a matter of how hard they were going to work in the off season. So we're pretty pleased with where we're at right now, I guess, from everything that's transpired up until this point.
Talk a little bit about the big one you guys had the other week, I believe, with Virginia Wesleyan, battle of the top 2 teams in the ODAC. Talk about what that game obviously did for you guys.
Well, I hope it gave us a little respect because, we've been trying to, gain that all year. We have our own personal goals, but, you have to beat the good teams in the conference to get respect and for people to start noticing you. And, we were lucky to get them at home first, and it was a great game. It was a battle. I mean, both teams, probably came out of it a little bruised up and, banged up for their next game, but I thought it was well fought, well played by both teams, and again, it's just going to show what it's going to be like come the end of the year in the tournament when you have to beat teams like Virginia Wesleyan to get where you want to be.
When you look at the ODAC as a whole this year, from top to bottom, what do you see with the league?
Everybody can win on any given night as usual. It's the same as always. You have to come ready to play. You have to prepare your team very well every game, and you can't take anybody for granted. You really can't disrespect any opponent because they will beat you. And that's hard sometimes when you have a young team and they're successful and maybe they don't get up for a game that they should, or maybe they might take something for granted here. And I don't think we've done that to this point, but I think that's one thing you just want to keep from happening, and so I'm pretty proud of these kids because they really have come through to this point, respecting everyone and are trying to earn respect back.
For people who may not have seen your team or been following very closely this year, talk about some of your key people that have been making you guys go.
Well, it starts with our senior, Jaslyn Gibbs. She leads the team, not only with the way she plays, but I think her vocal. Always trying to get them together, always talking to them at Randolph. We didn't particularly play very well. We were banged up. People were injured and really sore from the weekend, and she kept huddling them together and talking to them, which is something you really need your senior to do. And then obviously, she plays well. She's one of the best three-point shooters in the conference right now, and she's really done a great job for us on the court also. So it starts with her, but then Gabby Oglesby, our sophomore, just has come into this year ready to go. She's been a force in the paint, as well as Morgan King, who they're both very unselfish kids, and I think you just can't teach that. When you have a team that's successful, a lot of it's from unselfishness around the players that are out there. And I just think Gabby and Morgan just look for each other all the time, and they don't care who scores. They just want to win. And when one of them's doing well, the other one wants to keep giving them the ball so they can continue to do well. There really is no animosity. It's just pure, everyone just loves to see people be successful. And I think that's one great asset that we have. And then Jacqueline Nucci, she's a transfer, and she came in this year, and she's like the glue that holds our team together. She does all the little things, and she'll get rebounds. She'll just run in there on 4 people and come out with the ball. You just don't know how she did it, and she just does everything. Flex passes. I mean, she just is great. She's been a great addition to our team. And then obviously we're led by our point guard, Brittany Atwater, who really tries to control the pace of the game for us and, make sure everybody gets involved.
You guys dropped the first 2 games of the year and then haven't lost since. Was there anything that kind of got you guys going, or how would you describe it?
No, I mean, when I scheduled this year, I knew we were going to start off with 2 very good teams. I wanted to get this team focused right away. I wanted them to exploit our weaknesses in the very beginning of the season so we could work on them as we moved along. And I felt like those 2 games did exploit some things that we needed to work on, and we were able to work on it and improve and keep getting better. So although we started 0-2, I felt like it was a good 0-2 to start because we needed to play against teams that were going to make us get better, and I felt like we did that, so I guess it was a good thing, and I knew the possibility of the team's morale could be hurt by that, but, it wasn't. Everybody stayed focused, and, obviously we're continuing to be successful right now.
Definitely appreciate your time, Coach. Final thing before we wrap up, and we look forward to doing it again. The road swing continues this weekend with Bridgewater on Friday, Eastern Mennonite on Saturday. Just real quick touch on both those teams and what you expect.
Well, I mean, Bridgewater is going to switch things up on us defensively, I'm sure. They're going to, try to keep us off balance. They're going to press us a little bit, I would think, and we're just going to keep our composure on the road. And, we've played on the road a lot this year, so, I expect us to be able to do that. And then EMU, that's always a great game. Last year we went into double overtime and overtime in both games. So, it's always tough up there, but I think that's where you become a champion in this conference, is winning on the road and against good teams and a hard, difficult environment. So I guess we have our work cut out for us, so we'll just see where we are at after the weekend.
Coach, definitely appreciate your time. Look forward to talking to you soon, and best of luck this weekend and beyond.
Thank you very much, Bob.